Reflections of a Simple Life, where every video is super simple. What do you guys think about my background? This is a old, obviously wrinkly, silk vintage scarf that I got from my mom years and years and years ago, and I just found it. Isn't it beautiful? And it matches my nail polish, kind of, which I didn't even do on purpose. But anyways, I just thought it would be cool to make my little background here look a little different than it usually does. This is silk, and I don't really think you can iron silk. I'm not an expert, but I think that you have to like take it to the dry cleaners or something, I think. But if you look closely, this is the book we're gonna be reading from today, by the way. But if you look closely, it almost has like a star image. If I pulled it up more, you'd be able to see the rest of it, but it's almost like a star or like a flower. These almost look like petals here, with one going up right there. And then we have two on either side, and then it's a pattern that repeats. So there's one here, then down here where you can't see, this top pattern here repeats, which is really pretty. The color is almost like a burnt orangish color, very much like my nail polish, like an orange, red, brownish color. And then it has flowers. This is actually two shades of purple. This is a darker, like eggplant purple, and then the lighter purple is much more easy to see. The dark purple on camera does look like it's almost black, but it's not. And then the background is a cream color that's almost beige. And then it kind of spreads out to another pattern, and then more flowers around this border. It's almost like a paisley print around these edges up here, which are harder for you guys to see, I know. But I just wanted to use this. I'm sure I will be using this background in the future because it's just relaxing, I think. A really relaxing pattern, and pretty to look at. But I wasn't going to take it to the dry cleaners just for a video, as much as I love you guys. But today we're going to be reading a little bit about mindfulness. This is a book I've had forever. It's the Little Book of Mindfulness, and look at my hands next to it. That's really how small it is. It's tiny. So if you can't see the words in the book, that's okay. Just kind of relax and enjoy the words that I'm going to read to you. And you might even get some like real life ideas. It's 10 minutes a day to less stress and more peace by Dr. Patricia. So I did not write this book. I got this in England. It was £2.50. I think I got it on like my first trip there. It says, "There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." So we have our table of contents here, an introduction, being in the now, acceptance, accept and respond, making up your mind, simply be, mindful eating, gratitude and compassion, and everyday mindfulness, and then acknowledgements at the end. So I thought that maybe we could just go in order and read through it. I don't think I'll read too much of the introduction, but for anyone that doesn't know, I will try to read what mindfulness is. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is being aware of or bringing attention to this moment in time deliberately and without judging the experience. So when you go for a mindful walk, like on page 42, we really noticed every little detail and all we encounter, trees, cars, flowers growing out of small cracks, or a cat crossing the road, rather than creating to-do lists. The benefits of practicing mindfulness. physiological benefits such as increased experience of calm and relaxation, higher levels of energy and enthusiasm for living, increased self-confidence and self-acceptance, less danger of experiencing stress, depression, anxiety, chronic pain, addiction, or low immune efficiency, and more self-compassion and compassion for others and our planet. Sounds like all good things to me. This goes into a little history of where the act or practice of mindfulness began. Mindfulness is a new way of being, a new way of experiencing life and improving one's work-life balance. Reconnecting to life. When you drink, just drink. When you walk, just walk. Mindfulness practice, if regularly observed, can not only change the biochemistry of our body, but also change the brain structurally. Isn't that fascinating? Increasing gratitude. It's amazing how much better you'll feel if you practice true gratitude, even in the crappiest of days or the crappiest of times, which I know we've all had this year. Even then, practicing gratitude really, really helps. Meditation and posture tips. And then it moves on to number 1, chapter 1, being in the now, living moment by moment and seeing everything afresh without judgment and worry. Lets us experience life rather than simply get through it. So now it gives you a little idea, a little exercise. Up the top right here it says 5 minutes, so that tells you how long it'll take. So you can open this book and be like, I have 5 minutes in the morning or whatever, or at the end of the day, or even the middle of the day, like I'm stressed. Let me just come back to me for a moment, find a little slice of peace. And that's what these little exercises are for. It says, with a sense of adventure and curiosity, we can learn and experience more moment by moment. So, this says look around you and live longer. And this exercise, the invitation is to pick as a focus of awareness a new aspect of your life. You may really look at a particular leaf on a tree or stone, flower, or plant. You may want to think about a piece of furniture or decoration you like, wondering how it came into being and how many people were involved in its creation. A recent study shows that mindfulness practices such as this may not only be responsible for structural changes in the brain, but also extend our life. So, for example, I'll show you guys something. I went on a hike with my family this weekend, and I found this piece of nature that just made me feel so present. I just had to bring it up or pick it up and bring it home with me. Look at this. It's a pine cone that looks like a little tiny rose. Do you see that? Isn't it beautiful? That's the whole pine cone. See how tiny it is? And I saw this pine cone on the ground, and I was like, it's a flower. It's a flower, but it's a pine cone. And I just had the best little moment where I paid attention to who I was and where I was. And I felt a lot of gratitude in that moment. moment for just being present in nature. And I brought it home and I put it on my nightstand. And I've been looking at it every morning for days now. It's just fantastic. Anyways, let's read about another exercise we can do that's 5 minutes long again, called Awakening Your Breath. So this comes with a couple of steps. It says this important exercise helps us to breathe more fully and strengthens and awakens us to face the day with confidence and calm. If you wish, you can do it sitting on a chair or on the floor. So this sounds like something that's really good for maybe when you first get up in the morning and you want to start your day off on the right foot and you don't want to feel stress and go. You just it's 5 minutes, So step 1, stand in mountain pose. It says see page 26. You can also see it right here. Spine lengthened upwards and your legs and feet hip width apart. Position the arms by your sides, palms in the front, and the thumbs facing outwards. Inhale and sweep and lift your arms slowly up over your head. So you're going to take your arms and go up your body like that and swoop up. If you have ever done yoga, which I have, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Exhale slowly as you lower the arms back down to your sides, moving slowly with your breathing. See if you can deepen and lengthen your breathing and try to feel the pause after each breath. Repeat 5 to 8 times. This sounds really relaxing. I kind of want to do it right now. It's crazy, when you breathe deeper and longer. Again, anyone who's ever done yoga or meditation knows what I'm talking about, but you feel better. It could help your headache go away if you have one. It could help your tummy ache go away if you have one. It can reduce your anxiety. Just stop. Take bigger, deeper, more focused breaths where you're being mindful of your breathing. Okay, this is a 5-minute one called Tune In. Yeah, I'm going to just skip all this. It says take a seat, gently close your eyes or keep them in soft focus, which means your eyes are half open, half closed. Again, you could do that when you're meditating too. Allow sounds to enter your awareness and then let them pass like clouds passing through the sky. It says sounds near and far coming and going. Let go of labeling the sounds like a car, a bird, and so on, because as soon as we label, then we get involved in stories which trigger our left thinking brain rather than our right feeling brain. All you need to do is be present to sound. That's true when you're meditating, because if you close your eyes and you hear a car pass by, and then you say, oh, that's a car, and then you say, oh, that car sounded like it was driving really fast, and then you say, what if there's a kid outside playing and that car is driving too fast, and then you say that car or that driver in that car is being irresponsible. Oh, look at that, right on cue, there's a car outside my window. Sorry about that, you guys. But you know what I mean? It triggers your brain, and then you start to make a story instead of just doing something that is focusing on positive things for you and for your mind. It says, you may notice that your hearing becomes more focused and that other brain activities seem to move to the background of your awareness. At other times, you may notice thoughts rising. This is the nature of the mind. It tends to get very busy, even when we don't want it to. So whenever you notice the mind wandering, gently and without judgment, return your awareness, your mindfulness, to simply listening. This action is your anchor. You may notice after a few minutes that time seems not to matter any longer. Your breathing may get longer and deeper too, but even if nothing happens and you think you're just sitting there, that's okay. Each practice will unfold differently, and each person is unique. There's no right or wrong way of practicing mindfulness. I think we'll stop there for reading, but I wanted just to give you guys an idea of what this book was, because I always thought this book was amazing. Each page, as you can see, feel the earth mountain pose. It just gives you different activities. Some are more meditative, some are more yoga inspired. It's all about what you do. It says, whatever you do as a daily practice can become your bell of mindfulness. Step out of autopilot and experience simple routine tasks as if for the first time, savoring the sensations and absorbing the detail of the task you focused on. You can choose to brush your teeth mindfully, get dressed mindfully, listen and talk mindfully, eat and drink mindfully, or drive mindfully. Chapter 2 is accept and respond. So now the little tasks, exercises that you can do, they're 10 minutes long. This one's called Be with the Breath. This one says roll down for serenity, feel peace at last. This is kind of an awkward picture, but we're not going to talk about that. It says avoid if you have a disc-related illness. So if you have back problems, don't do that one. Talk to anger and let it go. That's a good one, because everyone knows what it's like to be mad and then stay mad for the rest of the day. And on a scale of 1 to 10, not everything is a 10, but sometimes you get in a mood and it all feels like it's a big deal. Do the cat stretch 6 times. It's kind of like cat cow. It kind of looks like cat, downward facing dog. That's funny. That's a 5-minute exercise. It's just a good stretch. Pebble Meditation. You can visualize a pebble, or when in nature you might choose a real pebble and gently cast it into the water as a mindful way to connect with your inner sensations. That's pretty cool. That one's also kind of like a meditation type thing. I want to read this. It's called The Guest House. It says, I think this is Rumi. I never say it right. I've heard people say it so many different ways, but I'll just say Rumi. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's by that guy right there. It says, this being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some monetary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whomever ever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Now you guys might not believe in, these Eastern, I guess you could say Eastern philosophy, spiritual type of things, but I like the idea of internally accepting every emotion that comes up and every bad thing that comes up as a way to make room for more positive things to come in. And that includes your own emotions as well as real people. lessons, then you're more mindful and you're more likely to learn. So I'm going to stop here at chapter 3, you guys. I'm going to move my little marker to chapter 3, making up your mind. So if you guys want to see more of the mindfulness book, maybe later on this week or something I can do, or next week, so I don't do too much back to back. I can read a little bit more about this. I just find this stuff fascinating, and I feel like the world is so yucky sometimes. Even without the pandemic just made it worse. It's nice to like stop, breathe, and just hear some positive words, right? So that's why I really love this book. Like, you can't read this or listen to me read about this kind of stuff and be too grumpy. And I hope you found it to be relaxing as well. Anyways, you guys, if you'd like to see more from me and you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all of you, every single one of you, and I will see you all next time. Bye.